Hey guys, happy Mother's Day for those of you who are a mother or a mother-like figure to 1, 2, 3, 4, many. So happy Mother's Day. I just wanted to jump on as I jumped out of the pool. So this is like Sunday morning, Sunday session poolside chats. No, I don't know. I've got a message coming through really strongly that I want to share with you. It's something that has been like coming up with my clients, especially this last week to 10 days, and it's been really strong. And I feel like it's such a crucial element that so many people miss. And, you know, a lot of people are like, how do I trust my intuition? Or like, what is my purpose? And how do I find this or that? Or, you know, and the biggest thing is about stepping up and doing it and starting. So when you jump on, say hi, let me know where you're from. My name is Hannah. I am the Life Purpose Queen, if you didn't know me already. Coming to you live from beautiful Australia. So hello. Lovely to have you guys here on this beautiful Mother's Day. Well, it's Mother's Day here in Australia. So thank you guys. So this message, right? This message, it's so crucial and so important to remember this. Because so many people forget, right? And like I said, so many of my clients have been working with this. So the thing is about starting, is starting. Because so many people are like, but I don't know how I'm going to be that person. I don't know how I'm going to do that thing. And I don't know how I'm going to be that, you know, intuitive healer. I don't know how I'm going to be that, whatever it is that you're like trying to do. Or you're like, how do I do my intuition? How do I do, like, you know, how do I start getting out there? And how do I start doing the thing? And it's like, you just need to start doing the thing. Like, what is the next thing that you're starting to do, right? Like, I didn't get to where I am now by sitting there figuring it out and like waiting for it to like magically appear. Like, that didn't happen, right? When I began online, I wasn't the Life Purpose Queen. Like, when I started putting myself out there, doing psychic readings, doing all the things, I didn't just become the Life Purpose Queen like in an instant on the first live stream that I ever did. Like, that's not how it works, right? You find what it is that you're here to do by continuing to do the thing and do the thing and do the next thing. What is the thing that you need to do today? What is your heart and soul wanting to share with the world today? Right? Because if you're not sharing that today, you're not going to find the next thing that spirit wants to show you or that your intuition wants to show you, or it doesn't work that way, right? It works with you starting today and then being shown the next step. Yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, I don't hear my intuition, or it's really blocked, or it's really you know, like I don't know how to listen to my intuition, right? And it's like, if you're not listening to your intuition, it backs up, right? It's like it, you know, I don't know if it's coming down through your claircognizance or your clairaudience or your clairvoyance, right? And so it's like I don't know, let's imagine it's like a tube that's coming down, right? And it's like you get this idea, and it's like, if you don't do that idea now, it's going to sit there. And then what happens though is there's this other one here. And it's like coming down from heaven, so to speak. Let's just imagine this for a minute, right? It's coming down from heaven. And then there's another bit waiting to come through. And you're like, but I don't know what to do. I don't know what my intuition's trying to tell me. And it's like, well, have you taken this first step? Because what you're trying to do is like, you're trying to get to this step up here, but you haven't done this step here. And as soon as you do this step, then the next one can come through, and the next one can come through, and the next one can come through. But if you don't do the first step, it's not going to come through. And the prime example, and this is why I'm sharing this today, because my clients, like there's a few of my clients just in the last 10 days, like all of them, right? They're like all in this, they're like telling me, they're like, oh, I wouldn't know this right now, Hannah, if I didn't do all those things. And I'm like, I know, this is what I'm talking about. And this is what, you know, I tell people over and over again. I feel like I say the same thing over and over and over again, because I'm like, it's something that you experience, and it's so hard to like tell people because if you're not doing this first step, the next thing is not shown to you. So for example, with my clients, like she's you know, like been working with me for a while. She's on the inner circle, and the inner circle is open. It's my life purpose accelerator. So the link is in the top of this live stream. You can find it on my page. Send me a message if you want to find out more information about it, or you want to chat to see if it's right for you. It is my 12-month mentorship working one-on-one with me. So it's open now for May. So, you know, like she has been working with me for a while, and you know, I see this journey, and she's like learning all the tech stuff, right? And she's like, oh my god, she's like, Hannah, I thought it was like so hard to do a live stream and do psychic readings on live stream. She said that's the easy part now. I don't even think about that now I'm like figuring out the tech, and it's like this whole new like world, and I'm like, yeah, that one, right? And it's so important to remember, and you know, and the magic that's coming through her now is because she's like started doing all these steps. And remember, I always say, you know, like when it feels like it's the hardest, or it feels like it's stuck, or it's not working, like you're just about to have a breakthrough. So don't give up, because so many people give up in those moments, right? And, you know, and witnessing this magic that's coming through her now, I'm just like, and I can feel something massive is about to bust in and bust through. Why? Because she keeps turning up and doing the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And same with my other client. And she's like, I was trying to figure out like how you ask all the questions. And she's like, I don't even think about the questions now because I'm just in the thing. And I'm like, exactly, right? It's like when you're trying to figure out the how, you've missed the whole point. Right? When you're stuck there going, but how? And I don't know if I can do that thing because I don't know how to. Meanwhile, your intuition is backing up because you're not doing the next thing that's like right in your face to like just take the steps on and do that thing, right? It's how it works. Yeah. And I wanted to come and share this because the message, and even like, you know, the other part of this message today is not just with my clients, but, you know, because that's what I went through as well. But now I'm seeing my clients go through this rapid shift and change, and like, you know, it's like they've gone through the hardest clear out, and now they're like stepping into these spaces. They're like, wow, I wouldn't have found this if I didn't do. And I'm like, I know. And I keep repeating myself because I'm like, this is what I tell everybody, and nobody gets it until they freaking do it. And then it's like so exciting, right? Tell me if you guys have experienced that before, right? Like, tell me if you've followed intuition, if you've followed soul, even when it didn't make sense. It made no logical sense whatsoever, but there was something that you knew you had to do this, and you're almost questioning yourself, like, why do I need to do this, even though you knew you had to do this. And there's a point where you're like, wow, you get to this point where you're like, wow, if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have done that. Like, have you guys ever experienced that? Tell me below. Type it in, comment it in, and let me know. The other part about the message is if you're not sharing your heart and soul, right? Madeline says, trust intuition, exactly for me. See, exactly, right? Madeline says, trust intuition. So the other part of this message is if you're not sharing your heart and soul today, you're never ever going to allow what else is supposed to come out of you. Oh, the two girls are fighting. The original two, not two parents, two mums are fighting. The two sisters are fighting, that's what that is. Interesting, two sisters are fighting on Mother's Day. So, quick driver, let me know if you ever need fabulous hair. Well, I do, but I just got out of the pool, so that's why my hair's like that. I don't really care what my hair looks like. I love having beautiful hair, but I also don't really care at the same time. When a message wants to come out, I don't need to be perfect to share a message, because the message is a message and the right people need to hear the message. So Nicole says, yes, this has been my path for the last few years. Awesome. This is exactly it, right? When you look at it and you're like, wow, if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be here today. And everyone thought I was crazy, and everyone told me not to do it, and everyone said, I'm so glad I didn't listen to everyone. Because that's the problem with a lot of people, is they listen to everybody except themselves, and then they wonder and wind up why they are in this like mess, and they don't even know who they are, and they don't even know what they want, and they don't even know, because they've been listening to everyone else instead of themselves, when deep down you know what you meant to do right now, today, tomorrow, the next day. You know, even if you don't know, like in advance, when you get to the moment, you know what is the thing that I'm supposed to be doing right now. What is the message that wants to come out of my heart and soul that I'm so scared to share, but I know I need to share it anyway? Everyone in my family thinks I'm a nutter. It's usually the case. And it's usually the people close to you that do that the first, yeah? Awesome. Awesome to be healthy and taking care of yourself. It's essential. It's essential to happiness and all the things, right? Okay, where was I sharing about my message? Okay, and so for example, like when I shared that training, there's a full training, by the way. If you really want to understand consciousness and your emotions and why you're going through certain things and why things come back around and why you flick back and forth and why you think you're crazy at times, but you're clear, but you're not, but you are, or why you're like seeing all these people like advancing in their lives and you're like angry, upset and jealous because you're not there yet and you see them doing the thing and you're not doing the thing. And if you didn't watch my last live stream, so I did it about 2 days ago. What did I call it? What happens on the eclipses? Yeah, because we're in the middle of eclipse season right now. And so if things are falling apart, or if you're accelerating and you're in all this happiness and joy, or you're flicking back and forth, or there's all these things, you know, happening in your life and you can't make sense of them, or like weird feelings like deja vu but not deja vu but deja vu but not deja vu and all this like weird ass stuff, or vivid dreaming, and you come out and you're like, that wasn't a dream. If you didn't watch my live stream from 2 days ago, go and check it out. And it's a full training. You want to take notes, you want to take screenshots, I did like drawings and all the things. Make sure you go and check that out, because that helps to understand consciousness, the cycles, and what happens over the eclipses, and how you can accelerate your life rather than being bogged down and pulled back, and understand why you feel like you're just going around in circles, because sometimes you are, because that's the stage of consciousness that you're in right now. And we can flick back and forth to that, by the way. Nobody's ever evolved and perfect. There's always levels at the levels, right? So I shared that training and I was like, hold on, why were you like so close to the camera? I don't think everyone needed to see your face that close. Sometimes when you share a message, you're like, what did I share that for? Like, I literally got off and I was like, I don't know why I just did that. That was like a full training. That's something I would do with like my paid courses. So if you want to go check it out, you want to check that out. Scroll back on my page, or you can find it on my website, or just send me a message and I can send the replay to you. Hey boy, he's my big boy. Oh, he's a big Milo. This is Milo. Look at him, he's so cute. Hi boy. He's such a big softie. He's got a big heart, this one. He's a big boy and he's got a big heart. So, okay, back to the message. So I got off that live stream and I was like, why did you share that? I don't know that anyone really wanted to listen to that. Like, all my stuff came up. And the reason I'm sharing this is because when you make a decision, when you share your heart and soul, when you share the message that comes through from spirit, from your intuition, from something you just know you need to share, and it's tapping you on the shoulder and it's bugging you even, you will have doubts. When you make a decision, doubt comes up. When you do something, like, what did I do that for? And then later on, you're showing that all these people really got benefit from it, or maybe you just realize later on you're showing why you had to do that. Remember, you trust your intuition and the little bit that's coming through first, and you do that, like my live stream, and I'm like, why did I do that? And then the next bit of intuition comes through and you're like, oh, that's why I did that. Oh, I see now. Oh, wow. But if I didn't do that, it would be backed up here. And then I'd be like feeling depressed. Big thing about depression, right? So depression, so you know how like we're like I said, if you imagine, okay, intuition comes in different ways, but let's just imagine it's like a channel and it's like pouring into you and there's all these messages ready to come in. So once one comes in, the next one comes in, and it's just like a big, I don't know, travelator or something. And if you're not trusting intuition and taking the next step and taking the next step and taking, that becomes heavy weight, and it is like pressing you down. Depression is like suppression. You're suppressing the message. You're not letting it come out. You're trying to hold it back, and actually that's really exhausting. So if you're tired, stuck, depressed, all the things, check, where am I not listening to my intuition? More so, where am I not acting on my intuition that needs to happen now? If you don't take the next step now, you won't be showing the next step. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. You don't need to know the big picture. You just need to take this moment step, the moment step, the moment step, because right now is all there really is. And as long as you're taking the moment step, you're going to be showing the next one. Trust that it's there. Even if it's a leap of faith and you're like, I have no idea how I'm going to continue this, but the next step is shown to you once you do it. Yeah? That's the message. Where do I live? Looks amazing. Thank you. I'm in the Noosa hinterland in Queensland, Australia. Blenda says, haha, I was just going to say you are so generous with the free content you have been sharing. I know, right? I'm like, but imagine what it's like in my actual paid trainings, if that's what I give for free, right? Think about it. Yeah, you need to get into my paid content. That's why I'm saying that. Scott said, I used to compare myself to others, but not anymore. I am who I am. Awesome. Yep. I think that's a stage we go through. I think it's definitely a stage we go through in healing, comparing ourselves to others. And we also compare ourselves to others when we're being shown parts of our life in different points in our life. Like, for example, you know, like when we're like shifting and we're doing our message and we're following our intuition, when we like get to a point, I don't know how to describe it. So it's a bit like a breakthrough point when we like want to give up, but sometimes we hit this point where we're like just about to bust through into an entirely new reality, and we might like see other people and we get jealous or upset or admire them. That's because there's an aspect of that is meant for you. So for example, if you're jealous about, you know, or comparing yourself because, you know, they look healthier or fitter and you're like carrying excess weight, that's like your intuition showing you that actually that's a path that you want. You actually want to be fitter and healthier, and that's why you're comparing yourself to them. Or I'm just giving random examples. Or you like see someone going on holidays all the time and you don't go on holidays all the time, and you get angry and jealous and upset. You're like, why the fuck are they on holiday all the time? When actually that's what you want to do. So if you really, and this is like prime time shadow work, deep subconscious reflection mirror of your life, like showing you life, you know, like it's like, look at those things and it's like, well, what does that mean for me? Like, what is that? Why am I upset about that? Or why am I comparing myself? Well, actually, I admire that they have a loving relationship and that's what I want. Or like, do you know what I mean? Like pick out what it is that's the trigger or the comparison or, you know, those sorts of things. And I feel that once we, you're being a smoochy boy, once we, you know, start to take action, there's those things again, like your intuition is showing you things in your reality. Like once you take action on that, you start to become stronger, you feel better, you feel more confident, happier, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So it's a way your intuition, your clairvoyance is showing you, what is like for you in your life, right? Your intuition is showing you like, and on that, live stream I just did about the eclipses, so you can scroll down my page like I said and find it, or send me a message, I can send you the replay. You know, like your clairvoyance, a lot of people think that they're not clairvoyant, but I bet you see angel numbers, I bet you see signs, I bet you see things like, and if you understand how to interpret what you're being shown in reality and understand your intuition, then that way you realize it's an integration, a shift, you know, and you move quickly and you move fast and you heal and you feel better and you're happy, which is the point of life apparently, right? Funny. Sometimes, Blenda says, sometimes when it doesn't make any sense and I follow my intuition anyway, I ask to see validation that it was the right thing to do. And the signs that I get it was meant to be are so incredibly amazing that builds up my trust in my intuition even more. Yeah, asking for signs is important. I think a lot of us forget to ask for signs and we forget to ask for more information. Two very important things, right? Forget intuition, we're like, I don't know what that means. But it's like, did you ask for more information? It's like, intuition, can you please show me more information? I need more information about that, please, right? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, just checking these comments here. Australia, oh my God, I wonder what life is like out there. Do you know what life is like out here? Snakes, spiders, bugs, there's wild pigs, there's wild dogs. They're not so bad, but for me, the bugs. I was just thinking before this live stream, like I just moved this pot plant because there's a pot plant on the edge here, and I was like, I need to stand here, so I moved the pot plant, and I was like, I don't want to stand in all the dirt under the pot plant, so I like went and got the broom out of the laundry just there next to the washing machine. It's like an outside laundry. And I just swept, like when I pulled it out, the handle had like this big spider on it. And I was just like, for real? Like, for real? And I'm like, on the grass, like, get the fuck off, Spider. Like, I'm just like, oh my God. It's constant. It's constant. Sometimes I'm good with it and sometimes I've had enough. The bugs. The bugs. I keep getting the full card, take action based on intuition and faith, and it will make sense. Yes, trust intuition. Claudia says, I've never been someone that compares myself to others. It's kind of weird. However, I do get upset with myself when I do not do more. Yeah. So, and that's the trusting yourself too. So the comparison of self, you know, I think comes from, you know, just like rejection. Ultimately, it's rejection and not having our emotional needs met as a child. So maybe you had a good childhood. Who knows? Maybe you just don't have it and it's good not to worry about it. Valeria says, I compare my business a lot. My artistry, yes. It's like you're not good enough coming up there. But it's also like, do I need to increase my skills? Do I need to get more training? Because again, it's kind of like opening up to another world. Do you need to work with a mentor that can help you with your creativity and artistry? Like, do you know what I mean? It's looking at it like that too. If you don't feel good enough, maybe you just need more training. You need to expand your skills, right? So speaking of training, speaking of mentors and creativity, expansion and trusting your intuition about what you're being shown, the Life Purpose Accelerator is open. It's my one-on-one mentorship, working with me for 12 months. The thing about trusting your intuition and about working with your creativity and your purpose is that your purpose is not on the planet yet. And you know how I said your intuition backs up, right? So it's backing up, right? When you know, like that comes through when you take this step. Your life purpose is not on the planet yet because it's in this channel, it's in this funnel, it's in these steps. And this is where I, you know, say to people, I'm like, you think you're in your purpose, but underneath, like something's amiss and you're unhappy and you're comparing yourself, for example, right? Or just something's niggling at you, or physical ailments are like so in your face. Like these are signs of being out of alignment with your true purpose, with your life purpose, right? Just because you have success in your business or in your relationships or career or whatever it is that you do, right? If there's a niggling feeling, or if you're like, yes, but, or if you've got physical ailments, like something is out of alignment. You're not in full, complete alignment with your life purpose. Like it's 100% all it is. So you can find your true alignment. And what that comes down to is trusting those steps. Because a lot of people don't trust themselves enough or have the confidence, the courage, or even understand the language of their intuition, which is my forte in helping you to understand that, of being able to translate those messages your intuition is showing you. Because a lot of the time people like brush it off, or they're like, oh, I can't do that. Who am I to do that? And then we sit there in comparison with all these other people, or like, you know, wondering how to take the next step. So the Life Purpose Accelerator is 12 months working with me one-on-one. We get text message, voice message on Telegram, back and forth, any time of day or night. You get me in your back pocket all the time. Hannah in your pocket. We do distance healings. We do all the things that really accelerate your purpose in unlocking those things you can't see, the hidden pieces. There's video calls, phone calls. You get the emergency calls, being in my inner circle as well. So you get access to all the things, of course. So if you know that you've been looking for a mentor and it is time to step up and accelerate purpose, send me a message, or the link is in the title of this live stream. You can jump on a sales call with my team, or you can send me a message and we can have a chat about it. Either or, Life Purpose Accelerator is open. Send me a message, you'll know, and you'll feel the pull and the soul call. And Milo's cleaning my feet. I was like, what is that? Send me a message. Happy Mother's Day for those of you who are celebrating it, and I shall see you very soon. Do the message. It's important. It wants to come out of you. Do not suppress that, baby. It is the steps, and it will take you there.